Coming to you live from Pier 17 in South Street Seaport and brought to you by Chase. Welcome back to Jalen and Jacoby. Jalen, there's been a lot of discussion of when the next NBA season will start. Sometimes people were talking about mid-January and then perhaps February. Well, the latest is December 1st could potentially be the start of training camp and December 22nd, the start of games. Danny Green mentioned that were this the case, LeBron James might not even play the first month. Jalen, do you think the NBA will start by Christmas?
Don't be surprised if what Danny Green said is accurate. And that's simple math that I'll give everyone. Normally, an NBA cycle has the season ending in April and starting back up in October. For those squads that don't make the playoffs, that's 6 months. For the teams that make it to the championship, which is mid-June, it is 4 months. The season just ended, and December is 2 months from now. That's half of the normal allotment of time that LeBron James, for example, usually gets for his body to recover. So don't be surprised if and when the season starts around Thanksgiving that he isn't a participant. However, it ain't necessarily for the guy that's going into his 18th year that's on his 4th championship and 4th finals MVP. It's for the squads like my Detroit Pistons who haven't played basketball since March and weren't invited to the bubble. It's for those squads to finally get some currency and get back out on the floor. And the teams that lost early in the playoffs now become the marquee names. The Dame Lillards, the Boston Celtics, those be the teams that you now promote earlier in the year, while guys like LeBron James, who's a seasoned veteran, ease themselves back into the year. And we know players nowadays use load management. Teams recommend it. So there's going to be a lot of that, and don't be surprised when that takes place.
So, Jalen, one of the teams that we expected to spend a lot more time in the bubble than they did are the Los Angeles Clippers. And new head coach Ty Lue said about the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, that he expects them to stay for a long time, both of which are in the final year of their contract. What do you think about Coach Lue getting in front of this and saying they're going to be here for a long time?
I think that those two guys made sure when management asked them who should be their coach, they said Ty Lue. That's what that sounds like to me. And he's going to put together an amazing staff. I've seen some of the people that he's considering. I don't want to start naming them because he may switch some up, but I'm glad Mr. Big Shot Chauncey Billups, my brother, is going to be on that staff. Did you see what they gave up to get Paul George? Did you see what they gave up to get Paul George?
Yes.
They're not trading
first
him.
Round pick after first round pick after first round pick after first round pick and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah. So you're not going to get a better player than him. He is, when he's at his best, a top 20 player. And so you're not going to trade him and Kawhi, both while Kawhi said that he wanted to play with him, both California kids. What you do is, now all of a sudden Montrezl Harrell might not be back. Now all of a sudden players like Lou Will and Patrick Beverley, they become more expendable. If you can get a guy that can do what both of those guys do at the same time.